Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a monster review on Shademoon, or a level 1 to 115, whatever you want to call it. So Shademoon, the latest team race monster, his trait, he's immune to Ignite and Burning, and he has a self-status caster that allows him to dodge any AoE skills. So if you're fighting a monster that has an AoE Possession, AoE Stun, AoE Freeze, you completely ignore that attack, which is pretty awesome because it guarantees you get a turn in, it guarantees you get to attack with Shademoon. Even if you're slower than the enemy attacker, let's say you're fighting a strong, ranked up 130 monster with level 10 runes that does an AoE attack, you're also going to be protected. So until Shademoon gets the turn in, thanks to his trait, he is protected. With that being said, let's take a look at his skills. So his skills, let's see what he has to offer. Well, let me see what he has right now. Vanishing Threat deals heavy special damage to one enemy, applies evasion to itself. So this is actually a really good skill. Considering his trait and I'll test this later, his status caster should last for one turn. So after he gets a turn in, now he's going to be vulnerable to AoEs, and he's always vulnerable to single attacks. So having Vanishing Threat, this allows him to potentially, I don't know, it's hard. I don't think he'll be able to OTK anyone with Vanishing Threat unless it's a spirit monster and you buff yourself. But the fact that you give yourself self evasion, this is a pretty good skill to use on your first turn. That way you're protected until your next turn. But let's keep on going. We have Ritual of Decay, deals moderate magic damage to all enemies, AoE magic based attack, and you apply Curse to one enemy monster. Curse is an amazing DLT, probably the best DLT currently in the game. This skill, it lasts for 3 turns, or this DLT, it removes 10% of stamina and HP on the first turn, and then that doubles to 20% of HP and stamina, and then that doubles again to 40% of HP and stamina. So you're draining the enemy's energy, you're draining their HP, it doubles every turn. Currently no monster is immune to it. It's fantastic. The bad thing about this AoE skill is that it only applies to one enemy monster. And I don't know, maybe the reason this skill exists like this is because it's supposed to be a counter to like Shademoon's trait, you know, the dodge area trait, because it does say it only targets one enemy, even though the description says it attacks all enemy monsters. So I don't necessarily know if a Shademoon with the dodge trait would be able to dodge that. So that's something worth testing out. Moving on, we have Rooting Essence, deals moderate magic damage to one enemy, applies guard down to one enemy. Guard down makes it so your attack always lands, also your effects, so really great way to make those 50% skills always land. Concussion Bomb deals low special damage to all enemies, 50% chance of applying stun. Normally I would not recommend this skill at all, but considering you can do guard down, you actually have an AoE guard down, it might be worth running Concussion Bomb. And now the bad thing about that is that Shademoon is supposed to be an attacker, so if you're running him just to use the Concussion Bomb AoE stun combo, well then he kind of becomes a denier and then his attack isn't that powerful. One skill you definitely want to run is Faceless Vengeance, which you can see on the left hand side. You get 100% of your stamina, you give yourself Spirit Hater, which lasts for 3 turns, and Spirit Hater gives you essentially triple damage against spirit based monsters, which includes monsters like Sammy, like Zyron, lots of the War Master monsters, and you give yourself an extra turn. So obviously Faceless Vengeance followed up with Vanishing Threat, that is pretty much gonna OTK a spirit based monster. And then you give yourself evasion so you're protected. So that's pretty awesome. We're going to get rid of Ritual of Decay for now. And then the next skill I want to do, I want to get rid of Rooting Essence for Essence of Clumsiness, which applies guard down to all enemies and you give yourself 1 extra turn. So essentially you have 2 extra turn skills, Faceless Vengeance and Essence of Clumsiness, which also helps if you're possessed. There's a high likelihood that you just give yourself an extra turn, so you get to act accordingly on the next turn. And then definitely Vanishing Threat you want to keep. So the only skill you might want to swap out is Concussion Bomb, and I think, yeah, if you want to swap out Concussion Bomb, you're probably going to want to put in the single curse skill, or maybe Concussion Blast applies stun. Oh, so Concussion Blast applies, it's just stun, single stun, not a big fan of that. Ritual of Decay, the single cursed. Yeah, the problem with this monster applies curse to one enemy, he's an attacker, but he doesn't have that many strong skills. In fact, I kind of feel like, what's his speed? 3925. I kind of feel like just making him deny and just using Essence of Clumsiness Concussion Bomb combo. So unfortunately this monster as a magic attacker, I would say he's not that fantastic, but he does excel at killing spirit based monsters, again like Sammy. So for the oh gosh, I don't know. Let's see, what I would recommend for people that have Shademoon is to look at all of your magic monsters, look at your spirit monsters, take a look at what books he's in, and then figure out, do you need a denier or do you need an attacker? Because if it turns out you need a denier, maybe it'd be more worth it to run Shademoon for that AoE stun, and even then, I don't know how great advice that is. Let me put Shademoon in the team just so I can show it off how, thanks to the guard down, it'll always land. So where are you, Shademoon? Go to magic. So for example, when I look through my magic monsters, clearly I'm missing a fast denier. So maybe I should give Shademoon speed runes just so he could deny. So let me just put in these monsters for now. So I'll go first. I'll do Essence of Clumsiness. And guard down landed on everyone. Concussion bomb. Stun, stun, stun. See that? Successful deny. Oh, it also, I guess it helps that I have Charizard giving me increased accuracy. Let me remove Charizard, because that doesn't help. He has a trait that improves all of my monsters' stats. So let's do this, team. Alright, so we'll do Essence, recharge. We'll do Essence of Clumsiness again. Guard down landed, Concussion bomb. Stun, stun, stun. You see that? And we'll keep trying it just to prove that that guard down really does help. So we'll recharge, Essence of Clumsiness, guard down, and Concussion bomb. So see, the monsters that had guard down, the stun landed. The monster that didn't have guard down, the stun didn't land. So that's another thing about like using this monster as a deny. How useful is it? Well, keep in mind that the guard down itself is a negative effect that needs to land too. So that's kind of unfortunate, right? Because look, I have in this case, it missed against 2 monsters. So Concussion bomb, look at that, it missed against the 2 monsters that didn't have guard down. But the primary reason was just to show you that guard down really does make it so you do not miss your attack. But the problem is you have to land that first. But okay, now that I showcased that, it's really up to you whether or not you want to rely on using Shademoon to deny like that. Because I'd say the majority of the time it probably wouldn't work out in your favor. So for that reason, I imagine most players are going to want to use Shademoon probably as an attacker. So let me give him, I'll give him 2 level 5 runes. I don't think I want to give him my level 7 runes. And I'm not even going to bother unlocking that last slot. So relic wise, let's talk about relics. He can hold the mask and he can hold the sword, which are typical attacker relics. So if you happen to have any mask or any sword that increases his damage output, be sure to give it on this monster. You obviously could also give him a healing mask to increase his life, some stamina removal mask from the enemy to remove enemy stamina, or some stamina recovery mask to recover your own stamina. There's different ways you can go about it. Keep in mind, for the first turn, he's going to be immune to AoEs. So for right now, let's just try this team out and see how it lands. Let's try to fight a spirit monster. Let's refresh. If I can find a Sammy, that would be awesome. Or a Zyron. Hey, it's Zeus. But then, of course, you got to watch out for Faradays because you have extra turns on your side. So it's a little tricky using this monster. Let's just see if I can take on this space on the right. And maybe not if that... Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna see, I have dodge area. We'll evade all area attacks. Oh, it actually asks for 2 turns. That's awesome. We'll evade all area attacks and negative effects. So let's see if I can land denial. Perfect. And let me do Faceless Vengeance. So this is the Spirit Hater. Let me see if anyone is a Spirit Monster. No one was a Spirit Monster, so that was, I guess, more for show. Essence of Clumsiness. Guard down landed on 2 of the enemy monsters. I can do Vanishing Threat, which isn't that strong, so I can do Concussion Bomb to land the stun. Look at that, stun, stun. And then we'll go from there. Those monsters that have guard down, they're going to get total blinded. They're going to get hit with Quicksand. And Charmless, fortunately, is denied. We'll remove the positive effects. Dead. I got some stamina back. I'll recharge. And let's see. I gotta kill Charmless before he kills me. Quicksand. Actually, I'll bring all the single attacks to me. Oh, what the heck? The taunt isn't working. Social point, fix your taunt. What the heck? I'm supposed to have taunt. Oh, well, that was short-lived, right? So, yeah. Ideally, I want to take on a spirit monster just to showcase Shademoon's potential. Because, yeah, in terms of a magic attacker, he's not really all that great. In terms of a spirit book killer, so in a spirit book, that is truly where he's going to shine. Let's see if I can take on this base. I'm not sure. I'm not confident. That Montezuma is probably too fast. Oh, I'm faster than Montezuma. Let's see if I land denial. Perfect. Cool. Well, not a Montezuma. Okay, perfect. Didn't go after Shademoon. So, check this out. Vanishing Threats. Not strong enough to kill. Zyron. Not strong enough. Concussion Bomb. Only 10,000 damage. But look what happens. Well, let me do Essence of Clumsiness first. Just see if it lands. Cool. And then let me do Faceless Vengeance. Spirit Hater. Look at that. Concussion Bomb. 32,000 against Zyron now. Vanishing Threat. OTK. Nice. So obviously I'm going to kill Zyron, and I give myself evasion, which means I am now protected, which really helps because my Baylor is confused. So let's see if he just recharges. No, he attacked himself. I'll recharge again. Toxic Disease, I'll recharge again. Montezuma Revenge, fortunately I had evasion on, so it missed. So yeah, I would say that's this monster's primary purpose. Killing spirit monsters. That's honestly really it. Other than that, yeah, he can dodge area attacks, but yeah, it's really that. Vanishing Threat, recharge, give myself 1 extra turn, give all of my stamina back, concussion bomb. Hey, cool. Alright, let's see if I can stay alive. Nope. Okay, so one thing that is probably going to be better is maybe to not run concussion bomb. Yeah, it has somewhat great synergy with the guard down, but I'm finding that as an attacker, you're probably better off running, let's see, maybe the single curse or maybe the single stun. I think you're probably better off running the single stun. Plus it has a 1 turn cooldown, so it has better synergy with these skills that give you an extra turn. That way you can immobilize the enemy monster. But yeah, that's probably going to be his best skill set as an attacker. Let me see, who else? I think if I do this, if I put Necromancer on my team, because I think Baba Yaga is a spirit monster too. So let's put Necromancer, so now I'm immune to all of that. I think that should be good. So let's try this team out, and let's take on the Possession base. We'll click Fight, and we'll see how this goes. So Yaga's Curse, look at that. It completely dodged. You see how my Shademoon didn't take any damage, and he didn't get the daze from Baba Yaga? That syncs to my dodge area trait. So that is one advantage of this monster. Even if you're slower, you can somewhat guarantee an attack with this monster. So let's see, Vanishing Threat, 19k against Baba Yaga. But let's do Essence of Clumsiness first so I can make sure to land everything. Guard down on everyone. Let's do Faceless Vengeance. And now look at that, Vanishing Threat becomes an OTK. So this monster, I like him for the fact that he can kill spirit monsters and then protect himself. See, he has evasion, so I don't need to worry about him being attacked next turn. Let's see, with Necro, I'm going to get rid of that negative effect. And I'm just going to attack. With Baylor, he's confused. I'll do King, which is a taunt skill, which I probably won't even work. Hey, it actually worked. Cool. Shadow Yao, so then Concussion Blast, single stun. So let's just try to single stun, and it did successfully land. I didn't take any damage because I still had my evasion on. Let's just recharge. Nocturnal Tackle. Essence of Clumsiness. So this is where the guard down AoE takes effect, and this is where I get my immediate extra turn, which again I like because I can use Concussion Blast, which has a 1 turn cooldown, or if I have Vanishing Threat, I might as well just give myself evasion. So I definitely like that he is pretty good at protecting himself. He has low cooldowns and 2 extra turn skills, so easy to cycle with. The guard down on the enemy is awesome, but yeah, he's not that strong unless you're in a scenario where you're fighting spirit monsters, which is definitely, look at that. And I like the Faceless Vengeance because you do give yourself all of your stamina back, which, look at that, easy cycle. So this much I do like. I do like somewhat of the synergy he has, and I guess you might be able to forego, no, I was gonna say you might be able to forego the AoE guard down, but I do like that it's an immediate extra turn while making it. It serves kind of like a support skill because you make it so your attacks land for your allies, thanks to Essence of Clumsiness. And again, that extra turn, you can go into Concussion Blast, you might go into Vanishing Threat. If you're low on stamina, well, Faceless Vengeance, think of it, even against spirit-based monsters, just think of it as, hey, you give yourself all of your stamina back. So that kind of synergy I do enjoy with this monster. But where are those Sammy bases at? I was gonna say, even though this monster isn't that great as a pure magic attacker, at least you do get to take on Sammys, which are definitely, you'll run into a lot of them in PvP, and if there's ever a war where there's a Sammy or a Zyron, well, you can also use them there. So let me see if I can find someone on defense that has a Sammy or a Zyron, specifically Zyron, because I want to see how my trait stacks up. Nope, no luck. I think Neobuki's also Spirit Monster, actually. Come on, anyone? Nope. We're gonna take on, who are we gonna take on? We're gonna take on Adrian because he had lots of leveled up monsters. and we're gonna see how I do. So first, let's go to goals, daily missions. Let's collect extra PvP attacks, and let's see how I do. So I'm gonna go into attack, and the defense log. Let's see, scroll down, and yeah, we'll use my same team. I mostly want to test out, yeah, because I'm assuming he's gonna do AoE stun, which Shademoon will be able to attack. The other two monsters can do AoEs, whatever, and I'll be good. So let's see. Check it out. Max Authority, miss. Molecular Blast, miss. See? 2 AoE attacks from Thorder, who has high level runes, and from Alex Bone, and I'm fine. Nothing happened to me. I have all of my stamina. I have all of my HP, which is awesome. Problem is he can't kill, right? Now, unless, keep in mind, he has 2 level 5 runes. If I gave him like a level 10 rune, maybe then he could kill. And I wouldn't have to worry about him necessarily dying. Let's see, maybe he can be used. Maybe if I just give him a high level rune, but I don't know if I want to actually give him a high level rune. And then this is a scenario where, because I knew I was fighting monsters that didn't have the harden trait, this is a scenario where I probably should have kept the AoE stun so I could have stunned everyone. So for now, I still have my dodge area trait. Let's just do a concussion blast, and we'll go from there. Let's see what happens. So single, a lot of magma. Okay, so now, yeah, you probably need to activate your evasion on turn 2, because those single hits are going to kill you. No doubt about that. Let's do a random battle, or maybe not random. Let's see if I can find that Neobuki base. Neobuki, where were you? Were you blue 9? Neobuki, perfect. And Nishin's pet, so I'm protected against possession. Good. Well, actually, even without Necromancer, I'd be protected from AoE possession thanks to my trait. So let's check this out. Vanishing threat, not strong. Well, it is strong, but not that strong. Concussion blast. Whoops. I was supposed to do the other skill. Let's get rid of my negative effects. Let's do anima. Ablation trap. Alright, let's do Baylor of the Evil Eye. Oh man, he recovered his HP. Alright, so let's try this again. Essence of Clumsiness, first of all. Guard down, perfect. Faceless Vengeance. Look, I'm low on stamina. Let's do Faceless Vengeance, get all of my stamina, and I have Spirit Hater. Vanishing Threat, 58k against Neobuki. Concussion Blast, 34k. Well, I do need to stun him because he's going to attack me next turn. So there, he's stunned. I guess we might as well... Honestly, we're just going to recharge. No need to recover HP or anything. We'll do the Total Blind, Quicksand, and then Vanishing Threat. So at least, hey, I'm protected from any negative effect, any attack or anything. Poisonous Sight. We'll do Concussion Bomb, Concussion Blast. See, I missed. Why didn't I just do the guard down? I might as well just do the guard down skill. So S-Lens won't work. We'll do Faceless for stamina. You know what? That self stamina, that 100% stamina recovery, that alone, I would say is just nice. Like, ignoring the Spirit Hater, I think he can still be used, but he definitely shines the most. We'll do Essence just so I can reset the cooldown by 1 on my other skills, and then we'll do Concussion Blast. That way on my next turn, I can do the other skill again. And now we're just going after damage. We'll do Faceless to recover my stamina. We'll do Vanishing Threat. Hey, I have my ult. Oh, my ult. The one cool thing about Shademoon is his ult, definitely. With his ult, it won't work against Tenkirion, but this would apply guard down all enemies. It would deal heavy magic damage to all enemies, and it applies curse and possession to all enemies. So it does a lot. It's an amazing, amazing ult. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much been a monster review on Shademoon. Final thoughts, he's not a terribly terrible magic attacker. He definitely shines the most, once again, against spirit monsters. But he does have some pretty good synergy with his skills. To get him to OTK though, it really is majority of the time going to be against a spirit-based monster, not so much against other monsters. But some of his highlights are that his dodge area trait does protect him from getting hit or denied. So with this monster, you at least get some sort of guaranteed attack in. And fortunately, with that guaranteed attack, you're able to give yourself evasion, which protects you to give you 2 guaranteed attacks. So that much is really nice. And as long as you're over 24 stamina, you don't need to necessarily worry about your stamina because you recover 100% of stamina. This skill, Concussion Blast, you can honestly, I would say you can, the cool thing about being able to change skills now for gold is that you can change it to your liking. If you know you're in a scenario where you're outsped, your other monster are gonna get denied, you might want to try the Essence of Clumsiness and Concussion Bomb combo to try to stun all the enemy monsters. You might want to try that. That might be your best bet to win. So you can definitely play around with the skills. This skill set I think is what I'm going to keep the majority of the time. I think this is what's going to be the most helpful. For his runes, I would say two strength probably is going to be what you need on this monster, and a speed. You could also do team speed. You could do 2 strength and a team speed, 2 strength and a speed. You can do 1 high level strength rune like a level 10 rune, and then a team speed or in single speed. You can mess around with it, right? But his trait alone does help him and allows him to get a turn in, as we saw from the PvP battles. He didn't get hit by Alex Bone. He didn't get hit by Thorder. So yeah, the trait is nice. He also can get hit with Ignition and Burning, which is like whatever. I think the dodge area is more of his highlight. And for relics, again, you want to go with power relics. He actually doesn't need something like the Energy Mask. His skill alone can give him stamina, so you're fine with that. But yeah, that's been a monster review on Shademoon. With that being said, now I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about Shademoon? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you all next time.